Hi, I'm Mary Jo. I've been a nurse for over 50 years and I have lost over 100 pounds as a postmenopausal woman, and I have reversed all chronic disease in my life. Today, I thought I would like to begin a series of videos, especially since I got a little off track during Christmas time, that have to do with dissecting the abbreviation, the acronym G bombs. And today's conversation will be about what does the G stand for, why is it important? And that will probably be enough for part one. Part two will then be, well, how do I take foods I've never heard of or utilized before and create a meal that my family might actually be accepting of? I understand your pain. Anyway, so I will then continue beans, and on down, trying to provide a rationale for the importance of this being in your world, as well as a mechanism to perhaps more easily incorporate this food product on your plate. So G stands for greens, dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. Some of the different varieties are broccoli. Cauliflower is a white cruciferous vegetable. Dark leafy greens include kale, arugula, all of your cabbages, bok choy. I had never seen, touched, or eaten bok choy before in my life. I find it such a versatile vegetable that you can use for about anything, and it has such a mild, pleasant taste to it. I asked my daughter once, what did she think about a kale salad? And she bought baby kale, which is good. And she said she thought it seemed kind of like a meaty salad. So it was a little thicker, had a little different mouthfeel. And so you just can play around with these vegetables. In fact, you can always steam it a little bit and throw it on your salad as well. Let's see. There are other types of very interesting cruciferous vegetables that include radishes and horseradish, if you like a little flair in your cooking. There's also spinach, Swiss chard, and there are two other foods that are not really part of this group, and they are rhubarb and parsley. Now, those four foods have a tendency, not for everyone, but for some people, to cause more oxalate formation in the body, which can precipitate out into kidney stones. So those of you that might have that problem, those vegetables might be best avoided or certainly limited. But that doesn't mean you can't eat kale or watercress or bok choy or broccoli. So there are a lot of other options out there. Do you know that even wasabi is a cruciferous vegetable? Amazing. I was at a restaurant with my family once, and the person sitting next to me, I think it was a grandchild, had this green stuff on her plate. Stupid grandma. And I said, are you going to eat that? And she said, no. I said, do you mind if I do? She goes, sure, go ahead. Well, I thought it was mushed up avocado. So I took a big mouthful. Oh my goodness, I about died. That stuff is very powerful. I haven't had sinus problems since. Anyway, I deviate from the course of this conversation should take. Feel free to Google cruciferous vegetables and find such an array of different vegetables that you can utilize. I mean, even Brussels sprouts is a cruciferous vegetable, which is another one I absolutely love. I'm surprised I don't eat it more. Now, does that mean you don't eat vegetables that are not greens or cruciferous? Of course not. You eat all the vegetables you want anytime you want. This is not to suggest that you shouldn't. It is to suggest that dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables should find a way onto your plate, and they can complement the other vegetables like the asparagus or the red bell peppers. Stuffed bell peppers. Isn't that delicious? Don't use rice. Well, you could, but use quinoa and mushrooms and all sorts of fun veggies, including perhaps chopped up kale, and makes a delightful meal. All right, I digress once again. So why are dark leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables important to include in your diet? Well, they empower your immune system so you just don't get sick. They prevent cancer like you wouldn't believe. Some of the things they more specifically do is inside the cell of these vegetables is something called glucosinolate. And in the cell wall is myrosinase. Myrosinase is an enzyme, and it will combine with the glucosinolate if you chew, chop, puree the food so that the two can come together, okay? And they create isothiocyanates. And isothiocyanates are like a master regulator of antioxidant response in the body. In fact, they cause a chemical called Nrf-2. Let's see if I can come up with it. I always have to check. Nuclear factor erythroid 2, or factor 2, which create an antioxidant response referred to as ARE, antioxidant response element. From this is stimulated many antioxidants of the body, including this one I can't say so well, glutathione. And I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I read about how this was a fabulous antioxidant. And I also read all these ploys about use this patch, drink this solution, take this pill to increase your antioxidants in your body and how important it is for a long, healthy life. Well, nobody told me I could just eat to get the same result. Actually, eating real whole food, crunching it up in your own mouth, creating a liquid out of it, that in and of itself will give you a much powerful antioxidant response in any pill or solution you can take. And actually, it makes spending your money on some of those things not worth your while because you can only make so many. It's not like it's going to add to what you already have. So always I suggest supplement versus food. Do food first. And supplement is something we'll talk about at another point in time that has to do with only those nutrients that a dietary style cannot provide, because you end up as healthy as that which you don't have is contributing problems to your body. If you have the full array of nutrients, you're going to have a lot of fun into your later years of your life. So there is this wonderful development of isothiocyanates that cause an Nrf-2 to be transcribed, which actually tells the DNA in your cells to protect the cells, create antioxidants, protect the cells, prevents cancer. Fabulous stuff. Now, as you grow and live and prosper, what's going to happen is that the DNA inside some of your cells gets a little old and rusty. Yes, you're recreating new cells to try to prevent that, but there is some damage that can take place. And isothiocyanates and Nrf-2 will actually repair your DNA. If there is a cell that is so sick out there and the DNA is not repairable, it will cause a chemical reaction that creates apoptosis, in which the immune system will take out the damaged cell so it can no longer proliferate. In fact, prior to apoptosis, it can send out messengers that tell the cell that's damaged, stop. You cannot continue cellular division because you're a sick cell and you need to go to sleep. So anyway, I don't know if you like all these crazy little phrases I discuss in relationship to chemical reactivities. Anyway, so DNA repair ceases cellular replication, and apoptosis of damaged cells will keep you healthy and happy for many, many years. I just think it's phenomenal. There's something that is good for me that I love to eat, and it repairs my DNA. Now, there's another factor in the body, and that's called free radicals. They develop just associated with metabolism. When you have a small amount of free radicals and they live appropriately in the Golgi apparatus of your cell, they are like garbage disposals that help get rid of toxins in your body. So in that sense, they can be very good guys to help us out. However, if dietary and lifestyle activities or lack thereof cause a significant constant increase in free radicals, they will proliferate to the point that they burst out of the cell and they will go around to other cells and create damage. Free radicals have 7 rather than 8 electrons, and their mission in life is to get another electron into themselves. But they can just create an extreme reaction of inflammatory distress in the body. However, if you have enough antioxidants, and if you're not creating too many of them to overwhelm the body, they can act like little garbage disposals. Isn't that the cutest thing you ever heard? So, in conclusion, greens and cruciferous vegetables are worthy of being placed on your plate and finding ways to enjoy. Part 2 will helpfully, for anyone who's interested in this, might give you some pointers or hints that will be more satisfyingly helpful to you. So, anyway, greens are great because they repair your DNA, prevent cancer, and make your immune system powerful. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, this is all about you, and you are so important to the rest of us. So take good care of you. With great appreciation in my heart for you, thank you again. Goodbye from Nurse Mary Jo. Have a great day.